Now we're going to look at the toolbar buttons for Google Sheets. I have some column headings here that refer to some of the things we're going to look at with some numbers underneath them, just so you can see a quick application of some of these toolbar buttons. Now the first couple things should look familiar, printing and such, but when we get here, format as currency is a new one. So if I were to select these items and click on format as currency, notice that it will add the dollar signs and the 2 decimal points for me automatically. The next one says format as percent. Notice I've put them down as the decimal point. Click as percent. Now that is what those decimal points convert to as a percentage. If I want it to just be regular numbers, I'm going to come over here to the 1, 2, 3 where there are more formats. And I'm going to choose number, and notice that's where we add a comma. So now the numbers have commas. Now I don't want the 2 decimals. So these 2 buttons let you either decrease or increase your decimal places. If I want fewer, I'm going to decrease. I'm going to click it 1, 2 times, and now I have 0 decimals on those numbers, which is what I wanted. Under scientific, we're going to add scientific notation, more formats, click scientific. It converts it to what that would look like in a math class or a science class. Accounting. When numbers are negative, they usually put them in parentheses. And notice it also adds the dollar sign. And we even have a feature at the bottom. Notice I'm skipping over several of these that aren't too hard to figure out. But at the bottom, if you go to more formats, more currencies, I will erase this because yours will be empty, and you type euro, it will search for euros. You click on it, you click apply, and it puts the euro sign in front of it. Now notice this is not a converter. It does not convert $300 in US to how many euros it is. It just lets you put the symbol in front of it so that it shows that you are talking about euros and not dollars. The rest of the buttons are familiar until we get over to this one. This is how we could insert a chart. This is how we could filter out certain data that we want to use specifically, like if we wanted to find all the people who owe us more than $1,000, for example. And this one is called functions. And we are going to be focusing on the first 5, and even more so on the very first one. We'll be using sum quite a bit, but you will do one little exercise where you learn how to use all 5 of these. And the rest of the time, we will probably be doing our own formulas where we type in the formula itself. So there's a little introduction to some of the things you can do with formatting your numbers using those toolbar buttons.